up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Therapeutic Talks. And today we talking about modern love, dating, and the era of disconnection. So before we get started, we got the same people. Somebody got the band lifted on them on the show. They finally got the, acting right. Why don't we go down the list and y'all introduce yourselves?
Y'all know me, King Poseidon, KP for short. Love.
Man, I didn't get shit lifted off me. Niggas just want to all of a sudden ask me to come fill in. I'm a fill in now? Man, y'all know who I am, man. Najae, let's keep going.
I know my name. I'll leave it at that.
Speedy, for those that didn't see the last episodes. Oh, snap, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Okay, we finna keep it rolling, y'all. We finna keep it rolling. Okay. All right, so the first question to you guys is, what is the biggest lie that you feel like is being sold to us about love and about dating?
I'll say the biggest lie that's being sold to us is that you're supposed to care for yourself more than you care for your partner.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that that's a new thing that's going around. Like, a lot of old love is dying simply because we live in an era now where everybody is trying to prove that they're the main one in their relationship. The woman is trying to prove that they're the main person in the relationship. The man trying to prove that they're the main person in the relationship, instead of both being the main people in the relationship that make the relationship work. Everybody's trying to prove their dominance over their significant other in a way.
Okay.
So I believe that we're all being sold this lie that you have to be the main character in your relationship for your relationship to work.
I have to agree.
Okay.
Because I move with the old flow, the old love and stuff like that that our previous generations did.
Yeah.
Before us. Because that's just a selfish. Now y'all egos gonna be fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? And y'all shouldn't be. It shouldn't be friction when it comes to trying to like work something out with somebody or trying to like love them. It should be, love is easy going, man. Love is understanding. Love is patient, and that's like an actual quote. And obviously, like we all got those stories where we it's like war. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, love again is patient and understanding the dichotomy between two people, like, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, bro said it best, man. Like, you shouldn't. That shit is insane. That you really are at war with your lover. You going to sleep with somebody that you at war with. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Having kids with somebody you at war with.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's the reason for, like, it's all ego. That's the reason for the war. It ain't even like, and it don't have to always be every day. It don't always. You don't wake up at war with your partner, but it's a trend now for you to basically, at some point, you and your partner can't get along because there's no compromise, either my way or the highway, and it has to be that way. It has to be that way. We're no longer taught to compromise and to figure out ways to love each other and work as a team. As a matter of fact, working as a team is seen as it's seen as taboo now. It's almost like you overdoing your part. People say you overdoing your part just for having teamwork with your partner.
That's crazy. Yeah. A lot of times, bro, it does feel like if you do what you feel like is right for a relationship, other people look at it like, oh man, you overdoing it, or extending yourself. And usually people don't extend themselves right back out to you. So let's say you guys are giving 100%, you're giving your all to the relationship, and someone doesn't immediately do the exact same. What's your thought process behind that?
I kind of normally give that person the benefit of the doubt because they could just have walls up that aren't too easy to break down.
Mm-hmm.
I know I used to be that kind of person. I still kind of am like that, but I kind of calm down in a sense. So I kind of go into any situation kind of like with walls up. At the same time, it's kind of like, okay, I don't want to always guarded, because you're never gonna get anywhere. Always being guarded and shit. So
Okay.
The polar opposite, because I've never had walls up. I've never had like a defense up. Somehow, some way, get with somebody, they can do me absolutely wrong, and that's when the wall was built, when that type of stuff happened. But with me, it's like, all right, I'm healed. Who's next? Like, who can I love? Like, I love to love. I love to give. I love to love, and I love to give it. Type shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just never had the capacity to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's just like a defensive mechanism for being hurt and stuff like that. And I get that, but I just like I don't know how I have this unwavering hope of like true genuine love is out there. Like, that person you can lean on, you can go to them for it and with anything, but yeah, I really never had that type of like mechanism, like for real. Like, I've been angry as hell but I just it was never really concrete. I was like, she's out there. Garrett again, she's out there. It's just me.
I ain't gonna lie though, just because somebody is healed and not healed or got walls up, don't mean they not healed or are healing. Like, I'm a pretty healed person. I still got things I'm healing from, but I keep my walls up to protect my peace.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I go about my day to make sure I protect my peace at all costs, because without that, what else do I got?
I agree with that, because I was gonna say, like, y'all both said y'all on the opposite sides of. I'm more so in the middle, because I've come to realize that everybody moves at their own pace, and that's a big problem in relationships, is not respecting each other's individuality.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and especially like being in a relationship, I want to learn how to respect who you are as a person, and understand that who you are as a person right now might not be who I am as a person right now. Like, I might be on level 51 of humanity, and you might be on level 39,
Yeah.
but that don't mean that I can't love you just because you on level 39. But I also have to, like you said, in your case, you also have to be careful, because you can't overexert yourself trying to wait for somebody to, get to that,
I was about to say,
get to
catch
that
up.
point.
Yeah.
So it's a balance. It's a give and a take. It's a balance between patience and, you know what I'm saying, like, not necessarily rushing, but it's a balance between the patience of it, and it's a balance between the acceleration of how to move forward, and when to allow somebody that room to grow. Because I've seen it, like, people outgrow each other, and people claim that they outgrow each other, and I feel like, outgrowing each other in relationships, it does happen, but I feel like it doesn't happen in the way of like trying to like, it doesn't accomplish anything. Like, you just be like you just wake up one day and you just decide you outgrew your partner,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't necessarily take the steps to help them continue to grow with you. You just looked at your personal development, and then looked at their lack of personal development, and, you know what I'm saying, made that executive decision, which is fine, but you didn't even get to the root cause of it, like of what was causing their lack of development or lack of growth.
That's
So
interesting.
Hold on, let me get on something real quick. Bro, laugh. I mean, cause I ain't
feel like
gonna
a
go
few
into
people
it.
know.
Like, that's why I'm saying, like, you don't even say shit. Like, what the fuck is that? That shit. That's
Damn,
bro,
that sound like
that's so
somebody I'm
irritating,
dealing
bro.
with right now.
yeah, like I
I don't get it. Like, what is that? You don't say nothing. Like, damn. Like,
yeah,
talk to me. Like, what am I doing wrong? If it's that bad,
How can I grow?
Or
Well,
if they is going to give you or if they is going to communicate with you, the worst part is when they hit you with that, I don't have to explain nothing to you.
Which is
Well,
crazy.
That'd be the worst. Because, like, they want to explain it to you, but they go hit you with that, just leave you on a cliffhanger. It just like,
and,
I don't deserve that.
and what I've come to realize
Money.
is people lack. I think that comes because people lack the ability to like dual focus.
Yeah.
People lack the ability to like dual think in a way.
Uh-huh.
So people can't acknowledge their self growth
Mm-hmm.
and also acknowledge that you still need more time at the same time. They can't do both. So they can they can acknowledge that they've gotten to where they want to get to, but they can't also see that you still need time. They feel like it has to be happening simultaneously. And because of like the society we live in nowadays, the minute that you stop growing,
Mm-hmm.
people are just like, I gotta go, because
Yeah.
they're almost like preemptively trying to do it. They're
Yeah.
trying to preemptively get away from it because they feel like something might happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like we lack the ability to stick together in a way,
Yeah.
because we can't do two things. We can't think about it we can't do two things at one time. We can't
Yeah.
think about it in two different ways at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the number one thing in society that I feel like we don't want to acknowledge anymore, is that two things can't be true. Yes, I'm growing, and yes, you're not growing. But that's okay, because we can work to that till you stop
Continue to
growing.
grow together.
So is that an excuse to lead a relationship necessarily if you feel like, if two things can be true,
Mm.
and you said that I'm growing and you're not growing, but the other person hasn't made the effort to catch you up to speed, basically, to get you on the path to grow, and they're like, all right, I'm out because I've outgrown you. Is that an excuse to leave?
Yes, sometimes.
It depends on the person.
That too.
Yeah.
But yes.
That's just that's the nature of the relationship.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Some people rock out with you until you get to not necessarily even their level, or until you just start leveling up.
Yeah.
Some people just be like, oh, you're not on my level. I need somebody on my level, or at least that is grinded to level up.
That's why you're supposed to be selective with who you love.
That too.
Even
You
if
know
you
what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah, but here's the thing, though, even if you're selective, you can be the
Bro.
utmost selective human being on this earth and still manage to pick the
Hell
real
yeah.
one.
Hell yeah.
No matter
Pick
what.
that, not even the wrong one, the weird one.
Hell yeah. That when I say you're supposed to be selective with who you love, I mean that in the way of that willing to grow with your partner. You're supposed to understand the ins and the outs of your relationship before y'all even get to that point. Because everybody goes through a dry spell. Everybody has a time where they stop growing. It's
Yeah.
not one person who ain't never had a time where they growth was on pause.
You're gonna stand still at some point.
You're gonna stand still at some point. And while you standing still, you're gonna watch the other people continue to grow. You might watch your partner continue to grow. But if you don't really truly know your partner, then that's when the shell shock of them just leaving you that's when it'll like fuck you up, because you don't really truly know that this is what this individual is capable of.
I mean, y'all seen them charts where like it'll be like the word right here and it got like, it has like mad lines from it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is love, patience, respect, commitment, communication, like all that. It's so, when you say you love someone or how much you love them,
Yeah.
that's a humongous umbrella that hella shit is under. Because if you love, like if you love what you do now,
Yeah.
and you spend an uncanny amount of time, like people love sport. They gonna spend an uncanny amount of time, you know what I'm saying, like putting in the work in the lab, you know what I'm saying? Okay, imagine that type of work inside of a person. Bro, you're gonna be there for them, they down. I'm the type, bro, to death do us part, and I ain't even married, bro. That's just how that's the energy I bring, because I date to marry, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't play around with that stuff. So when I say I love a woman, bro, dude, I'm gonna go to hell and back. And then I will go back again if I need to. Like that's just how. Again, the old school love, as my brother to the left of me said. That's just what I believe in. That's honestly what all four of us believe in, bro. So
Date to marry, like that, from friends to best friends to girlfriend.
come on, man, talk to me.
Yep.
Talk to me, bro.
That's the evolution. Yep.
That's
What I live by.
That's what it should be, really.
But we're also incredibly
Frustrating.
like sensitive. That's another thing. Like we didn't like you see those couples, those old couples, and they accept each other's flaws.
Man,
And they accept each other, and they accept that they're different.
man.
Yeah.
We suck at that. And like as a generation, we suck at accepting that we are different. We are different beings. We are different.
Because people are afraid to be judged about being different.
Like
But with your person you
Yeah.
love, that's
Everybody wants
And
somebody
it's
similar
because
to
everybody
them.
got
So they get that.
There's a certain standard now with everything. Like everybody has a certain standard. It's like And it's not even about personality standards. It's more so about looks nowadays. Like I ain't gonna lie, if you're not an 8 or 9 to somebody, you not on the roster.
You're not shit, basically.
Or your
bro, which is
financial
crazy.
situation, or your financial
situation, or your life situation. Like it be all type of these like standards that people have that are so like out of tune with the reality.
I don't care about none of that. I love you. I love you. Let's rock it out.
Realistic.
Let's rock it out. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
I know an old couple. His wife drinks. He doesn't drink anymore, and he hadn't drank for a long time. But his wife she still drink, and he was telling me how like, you know, I could have just been like, I don't like you drinking. I'm not drinking anymore, so I don't want to do this. They've been together for like years, for a long ass time. And he told me, he was like, well, you know, that's who she is. She likes to drink. So my compromise or my way of adding, you know, still being with her and adding to it is she like to drink. I make sure if we go out, I don't drink. I'm gonna drive home. You go ahead and do what you do. You know, like add to it. Like
Small accommodations, man.
add to it.
Yeah.
Those small reinforcements of love. Like just because we're different don't mean that I can't love you.
Go ahead and drink. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, like
I go ahead and drink.
Yeah.
be like, and then don't be scared to put in the work to accommodate somebody in what they love. Like people
100%.
don't even put in the work for it anymore. Like, hey, you know what? You like to do this. Well, I don't really like to do this, but I could do this for you just to support that. Like people
Yeah.
don't even put in the work anymore. They feel like it's too much. Love ain't even supposed to be easy.
Which is crazy because people want to spend a lifetime with each other
Like,
and it end in years. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't even make a decade, and you talking about a lifetime with somebody.
That should
But
be
you
like
not-
6 months.
Exactly, and you not willing to make the accommodations to somebody, bro, or be like, hey, you know what? I understand that this is what you're doing with your life. Let's find a middle ground. You know what I'm saying? Let's meet in the middle with something. Let's find some different ways that we can go about it, so that way our love stay intact and we can keep being ourselves and love each other the same, and even continue to grow our love as we go on. But that's why people be in relationships in 6 months, a year, 2 years, instead of spending a lifetime with people like everybody say they want to do.
you feel me? And that's and nobody, I don't think, bro, we don't even accept each other's like quirks anymore. Like I give y'all a personal story. Like for me, like I'm somebody, I've kind of became desensitized to like touch. So sometimes like even like my mama or my grandma, they'll like try to come touch me and I'd be like this, like move, like
feel you, man.
they'd be like, damn, like what's
Yeah.
wrong? I just became like kind of like desensitized to it. You know, it's not it's a bad thing that I have, but it's something that I'm working on. But you know, I spent a lot of time isolated, so I don't like when people come and touch me or try to show me like certain types of affection. I'm not used to it, so I'll move.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of get offended by it, but I don't mean it in that way. Well, I just
Nothing
happen
against
to
that.
be in a relationship with a woman who's very affectionate in that way, and we have to compromise and talk. We had to compromise and start to talk about that. Not because it was a bad thing or I don't appreciate her touching me or wanting to touch me or nothing like that. It wasn't that. It just was, I just literally my mind wasn't warping around it. So I was still having this habit for the longest time of like doing like this or
Interesting.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
respect
trying to
you, bro.
move around.
respect you,
and
bro.
trying
Part of that. She's part of that work though. That growth that you work.
Yeah.
Part of that.
Yeah. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? She comes in my son, like, all right, she just right here now. You know, I've worked past that. But for the longest time, it was like this. And I have to like explain to her, like, it's not really you. It's just
You got conditioned to that shit.
I'm conditioned to this right now. But she could have easily been like, he don't fuck with me. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Instead of actually just understanding, like, no, this is something that plagues him just in general. Like, let's figure out what this is. Like, let's work and figure out what this is. Cause shit, if I do this when my mama touch me, ain't no way. Ain't no
Everybody.
everybody is
Yeah.
It don't matter who it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay. So this has been a great episode, bro. I love this conversation. To close out the show, what's some advice y'all would give people that are dating now and looking for love?
My personal experience, I would from my personal experience and advice I would give to someone, obviously like I'm not unfathomably rich. I've done things for females that they would think like, bro, like, what is he like? It wouldn't even, it'll get to the point, they'll get so spoiled that it wouldn't cross their mind on being grateful to the point that it's happening so much. You know what I'm saying? From the little things holding the doors to the large things taking her to a very nice restaurant or a vacation. You know? So I would just say, do things genuinely and really try to recognize, really try to recognize if someone is genuine or not. Again, love is a broad umbrella. It's a lot of things under that umbrella. Like, is it real? And even when you feel it's real, bro, is it real?
Yeah.
You know, so that's just my my advice to people who love to love and love to receive it, man. So yeah.
Okay, Najae.
I would just say, find your definition of love and find you and your partner's definition of love and keep that between y'all. A lot of this is social media and the thief of comparison.
Yeah.
So who cares if you live in a 50-50 household? That's between you and your partner. Who cares if you and your partner like involving other people in the bedroom? Who cares? It's only when you start to try to compare to what everybody else is or to who you feel like is bigger than you. Once you start to compare your version of love to their version of love, that's when the problems start. Like, find your version of love with your partner and be okay with it. And live life, man.
I'm gonna start off with, make sure you love yourself first before you try to dive into any situation.
Always.
If you don't love yourself, how can that person love you? Just make sure you love yourself before you get in any situation. Don't force nothing. And go after people that are more so interested in you. Don't be trying to go out your way to get people to grow interest in you. If that person already not interested in you or already don't like rock with you, 9 times out of 10, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you look, no matter how good you smell, probably not gonna change nothing. Make sure stick to the people that are interested in you or show the interest in you.
Facts.
100.
Like my boy said, make sure you know your definition of love. Because if you try to go out there without that definition, you realistically don't know what you're looking for.
You don't. You're lost.
Yep. Okay, so this is the conclusion of a phenomenal episode of Therapeutic Talks, y'all. We'd like to thank y'all for watching at home and sitting down with us and listening in on it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We're available on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything you can listen to podcasts on. And don't forget to follow us.
Find your true love, man.
Everybody links gonna be in the description below.
Lounge.
Hashtag the Monds stop pointing at the beginning of every video.
Y'all see, I be putting up legacy games in here, and this nigga still don't want to put me on the show on the regular.
Now the band is back
pointing at
on,
the
y'all.
beginning
The
of
band is
every
back
video.
on. Y'all won't see him for another 6 months.
Hashtag
I believe that.
pointing at the beginning.
That's the
of every
conclusion on
episode.
this week on Therapeutic Talks. We'll see y'all
Hashtag
next week,
stop
y'all.
pointing. Hashtag give it up.
Again. Got it right out of the mud again. Not another visit to the pen, cause I wasn't taking out my man.